Hey guys, it's Nick and I'm here in Clearwater Beach on Pier 60 on Sunday, April 10th around 1:30 in the afternoon. I'm going to take a look at what's going on the beach today. It is a little windy, a little bit cold, like 73 degrees, but there are still a whole bunch of people out here. So let's go take a walk on the beach and see what it looks like in 2022, the start of the summer season. So this is the other side here. And you see there are a lot of people out here. And this is the tents for the Sandcastle Festival, so I'll talk a bit more about that. But right now I'm on the pier and you got all these vendors here, which I don't think I've ever come here this early in the day. So maybe these vendors are usually gone by the time I get here. This pier you can also fish at the end of the pier, but you have to pay like $1 to go through a turnstile at the very last piece of it. But you could also watch the sunset from there and all of that, so definitely worth it. So it is pretty crowded. Maybe people who don't want to swim because it's a little chilly are just coming around here browsing, people watching, listening to the live band over here that they have. And you got these street performers out here and whatnot. So this is why people come to Clearwater, because there are easier beaches to park and get to and all of that, but none of them draw the kinds of crowds that Clearwater Beach does. And of course you have all the hotels, from low-end stuff to, you know, high-end stuff. So this is the Sandcastle Festival, and you need a ticket to go inside. It's like $12 to go in. And here you have a plastic alligator. It's pretty cool. It's kind of half steampunk, half plastic bottles. So you bring your plastic bottles and put it in there. Stop. So this part doesn't cost any money to come into, but if you want to go see the sandcastles inside, you have to pay $12. So you have this games you can play and whatnot. Okay, so let's get a look at the actual water. But let's see how this water is right now. It's not cold, but it's not warm. And I looked up the temperature online and it's like 73 to 75 degrees today, which is also what the temperature is outside today. So not the warmest, and with the wind it makes it feel colder. So if you're going in the water and coming out, you're going to feel a lot more chilly, but that's not stopping anybody. We got female beach wrestling over here. So, you know, all kinds of attractions here. So yeah, so a little chilly, a little windy. It's not normally this temperature a few days ago, and in a few days it will be back to the mid 80s, 83, 85, 86 or something like that. And the water is just going to get warmer from here, and it gets up to like 86 degrees at the peak in the summer. So still a ways to go before it is as warm as it gets. So that Sandcastle Festival thing goes until April 24th. And apparently they have like 14 world-renowned artists that are doing these sculptures, and the theme is sandimals, or animals made out of sand. So it'd be pretty interesting to see what they look like, but not for me today. Plus, I don't want to spoil the surprise for people that want to pay their 12 bucks and go in there and see what they've come up with. But yeah, I'm surprised how many people are here today. I mean, I know if you're on vacation, it doesn't matter, you scheduled it. So even a cold day, you might come to the beach and even dip your toes a little bit. Like a lot of people here are all the way in the water, so it's not a deterrent for everybody. One thing to note, this is anecdotal, but I think it was the Holiday Inn had $30 all day parking. I think last summer it was like 20 or 25. So prices for stuff has definitely gone up. And so if you were here a year ago, expect to spend a little bit more than you did last year, I'm sure. But there's a strange thing going on in the water today. As you see, this water is relatively very clear and everything. However, up ahead is a different story. And so I walked past this and I was trying to figure out what was going on, and I spoke to a lifeguard, and she wasn't allowed to talk to me on camera or off camera about this situation. I don't know what that means. You know, she said she's a city employee, so she's not allowed to, you know, talk to people on camera. I guess I was pointing the camera at her, but I told her I could turn it off and just talk to her and summarize what she tells me. But she directed me to like some lifeguard station to go talk to them. So I don't know what's going on here, but this little patch of beach here has spit up all of this, you know, stuff, along with a whole bunch of sponges. I was at the Tarpon Springs sponge docks last night, Greek Town, having Greek food, and I thought that was the only place that had the sponges, but apparently it's here as well. Now, last year was a problem with red tide, and it scared a lot of people away because respiratory problems and the dead fish and stuff along the shore. I don't see that here now, and I don't taste it in the air like I did last year. You can taste it and it kind of bothered your throat or tickled your throat. It could have been worse for some people with respiratory problems, but right now I don't see any of that. There's no dead fish, there's nothing in the air or whatever. It's just this weird this weird little patch of beach that just spit up a whole bunch of stuff, and you see it's all dark with this kind of sea moss or whatever the hell you call it in this little patch, and then it clears up over there. So I don't know what to make of it. Is this something that normally happens? I've never seen this on this beach, so I don't know, maybe the wind has something to do with it, or the recent storms in the area has something to do with it. There was a lot of storms recently, just a day or two ago, so that might have kicked up some of this stuff. But these are sponges like they sell in the sponge docks in Tarpon Springs. So if you're here and you like sponges and you want to save yourself a trip to Tarpon Springs, come grab a few of these off the beach. You don't even have to dive to the bottom like the sponge divers do in Tarpon Springs. But yeah, I really don't know what this is all about. I'd be curious to ask somebody. Maybe I'm going to ask this lifeguard and see what he says. I'm just going to turn off my camera first and just go up and talk to him and then summarize. Excuse me, what's all that stuff on the beach from?
Say again?
What's all this stuff on the beach? The sponges and stuff that washed up?
Part of it has to do just like the weather, how we had that like cold front come in.
The last few days,
yeah,
right?
And then we've had a lot of wind, so it just really has just pushed a lot of stuff from really far offshore.
But it's weird that it's only just a tiny little section
it's just
here.
the currents. Well, actually, you can see like over here on this side, there's like a rip current happening, so it's flushing everything back out.
Okay.
And that's why like right there is so clear.
Right, so it's pushing it out.
Yeah, it's pushing it kind of that way. So you'll probably see this move like throughout the day down farther.
Okay, so but there's no dead fish or red tide this year, nothing so far, right?
No, so far it's been fine. It's just the weather. It's really all.
Okay, and this weather right now is like an anomaly, right? It was like in the mid-80s a few days ago, right?
It doesn't cool off like this at this time. Yeah, it's normally warmer, so it'll go
In a
back.
day or
like
two, it'll be back to mid-80s.
Yeah, it's
right?
going back up to like 90s. I mean, you can see it coming.
Right, yeah. So, all right, cool. Appreciate it, thank you.
No problem.
So that guy talked to me and he didn't have a problem, although I wasn't pointing my camera in his face or nothing. So I guess, you know, I'm just a beach goer asking a question, basically. And I think it's important because I want people to know what he said, you know, because some people might see this and think, oh my God, this is red tide again or something like that. I'm not coming to Clearwater or something along those lines. And like you heard from him, he said it has nothing to do with that. It's from the previous storm that also brought this cold weather. So all of that makes sense. And the part about the rip tide that dumps it all into one section while the rest of it is clear also makes a lot of sense as well. So if you're thinking of coming here and that little patch of beach might have scared you off, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal, and it's definitely not a deal breaker for coming out here. And like he said, this weather is not usual for this time. It's usually mid to high 80s around now, so that weather is going to be coming back in like a day or two also. So I haven't been here since around September, so since the Hare Krishna parade through here on my last video of Clearwater. So all is well on Clearwater Beach. Everybody's out here enjoying themselves. So you can do that too if you're thinking of coming down here. So guys, I hope you liked this video. I hope it was informative if you're planning a trip on coming out here. And I'm glad I cleared up that little thing about that stuff that washed up on the beach. Not a big deal. So don't worry about it. If you're coming out here, come on out here. The water's gonna heat up and the temperature's gonna heat up. So I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.